Welcome to Weekend Breakfast. I'm Gemma Vaness.
And I'm Andrew Gagan. Making news this morning. A show of solidarity. Dawn services underway in the New South Wales Riverina to remember murdered local schoolteacher Stephaine Scott.
Also ahead, a turning point in the Americas with top-level talks between Cuba and the United States for the first time in half a century.
An Egyptian court upholds a death sentence for the leader of the Muslim Brotherhood.
And a solid start to the season for the Sydney Swans, recording back-to-back victories. Hello, thanks for joining us. It's Sunday the 12th of April. Our top story today, hot air balloonists in central western New South Wales are dedicating a flight to murdered teacher Stephaine Scott as memorial services continue in and around the town of Leyton. Yesterday, the family of Miss Scott were joined by friends and hundreds of people from the community for a picnic. Miss Scott's father, Robert Scott, said floral tributes and written messages left outside Leyton High School, sent to the family and posted on social media, had given some comfort to the grieving family.
US President Barack Obama has described the shift in relations with Cuba as a turning point as he prepares to hold formal talks with President Raul Castro. In his opening statement at the Summit of the Americas in Panama, he acknowledged the differences between the two countries, but said he believed that there would be improved relations. The two leaders will meet on the sidelines of the summit for the top-level negotiations, the first in more than 50 years.
This shift in U.S. policy represents a turning point for our entire region. The fact that President Castro and I are both sitting here today marks a historic occasion. It is the first time in more than half a century that all the nations of the Americas are meeting to address our future together. I think it's no secret, President Castro, I'm sure, would agree that there will continue to be significant differences between our two countries. But I firmly believe that if we can continue to move forward and seize this momentum in pursuit of mutual interests, then better relations between the United States and Cuba will create new opportunities for cooperation across our region for the security and prosperity and health and dignity of all our people.
In Egypt, a court has confirmed death sentences for Muslim Brotherhood leader Mohammed Bardia and 13 other defendants. Bardia is regarded as the Muslim Brotherhood's spiritual leader and has faced a complex series of trials since the army deposed the Islamist president Mohamed Morsi in 2013. The sentences can be appealed before Egypt's highest civilian court in a process that could take years to reach a final verdict.
The US Capitol is in lockdown in Washington, D.C. after shots were fired on the front of the building in what appears to be an attempted suicide. Authorities say the shooter suffered from a self-inflicted wound and has been neutralised. Police are also investigating a suspicious package left on the lower west terrace of the Capitol building, with several US media outlets reporting the package was left by the person.
At least 8 people have been killed and dozens injured after insurgents stormed a government-held part of Syria's second city, Aleppo. Civilians are reportedly still stuck under rubble as a result of the furious shelling. Buildings have been destroyed and streets are strewn with debris. Rebels in Aleppo have repeatedly fired different kinds of rockets into government-controlled areas of the key province near Turkey.
10 sheriff's deputies involved in the violent arrest of a suspect on horseback in California have been put on leave. Video shows the deputies kicking and beating the man repeatedly. The video was taken by a television news crew from the air. An investigation will be carried out to determine if charges should be laid.
Foreign Minister Julie Bishop is leaving for India today, where she'll visit Chennai and New Delhi. It's the first leg of a trip in which she'll also visit Tehran to push Iran to take back its citizens rejected as refugees by Australia. Iran hasn't cooperated with forced returns of asylum seekers. Ms Bishop's trip to Iran comes amid global talks on its nuclear program and efforts fighting Islamic State.
Parents who refuse to vaccinate their children could be denied up to $15,000 in childcare rebates each year. News Corp is reporting that the Prime Minister will today announce changes to the so-called conscientious objector loophole. It's expected that only families with genuine religious and medical exemptions will be allowed to not vaccinate their children and still claim benefits.
The pilot of a light aircraft has died in a crash at a property in South Australia's mid-north. The single-engine aircraft is believed to have crashed into power lines at Washpool, about 20 kilometres south of Jamestown. The pilot was the only person on board.
New South Wales Surf Lifesaving will decide later this morning whether to reopen 3 south coast beaches after a shark attack near Batemans Bay yesterday. A paddleboarder was bitten on the ankle at Mackenzie's Beach yesterday morning, and nearby Malua Bay and Rosedale beaches were closed. As a precaution, the paddleboarder was treated and released from hospital yesterday afternoon.
Women rowers in the UK have made history by taking part in the Oxford and Cambridge University boat race on the Thames on the same day and on the same course as the men. The race completed a journey for equality that started in 1927. Back then, crews were forbidden from racing side by side as it was deemed unladylike. Oxford comfortably won the women's and the men's race on the course known as the Tideway. A historic restoration of ties between the United States and Cuba, with Barack Obama and Raul Castro to meet on the sidelines of the Americas Summit.
Also ahead, a report finds Australia's foreign aid contribution is set to fall to its lowest level in more than half a century.
And later, music first heard amid the carnage of Gallipoli brought back to life as preparations for the Anzac centenary continue. Let's take a look at the satellite. A low pressure system is triggering thundery showers over southwest Western Australia, while moist onshore winds are driving areas of light rain over South Australia. In Victoria and southern New South Wales, a weak cold front is prompting scattered showers as well as cloud over Tasmania. Looking around the country for today, fine and sunny for most of Queensland, with the chance of showers in the north and along the east coast. Partly cloudy in New South Wales with the chance of showers along the south and central coast and patchy fog. A mild and cloudy day in Victoria, fog this morning in the south and drizzle in the southeast with some afternoon showers in the north. To Tasmania, showers along the south and lower east coasts, but otherwise fine and mostly sunny. Fine across most of South Australia, tending hot in the far west with possible thunderstorms near the western border. In WA, there's a band of showers and thunderstorms over several areas in the bottom half of the state. Mostly sunny in the Northern Territory, except for the slight chance of showers and storms near the coast. And looking ahead to tomorrow's forecast for the capital cities, Brisbane, a possible shower, a possible morning shower for Sydney, mostly sunny in Melbourne and Hobart. Canberra and Adelaide will be partly cloudy, the chance of a shower in Perth, and a possible shower or storm in Darwin.
Now, time to look at the front pages of today's major newspapers.
The Sun Herald has a photograph of Aaron Leeson-Woolley and the headline, "A Town Weeps," reporting on the community picnic held in Leyton in New South Wales to remember his murdered bride-to-be Stephaine Scott on what would have been their wedding day. The
Sunday Age has also used a photograph from the community gathering as friends and family wore yellow as a tribute to Stephaine Scott's vibrant personality.
The Sunday Mail in Queensland is featuring the headline "Tony's Right Jab," reporting on speculation that the federal government is about to announce major changes to welfare payments for parents who don't vaccinate their kids.
The South Australian Sunday Mail is following suit with the same report, which claims the Prime Minister and Social Services Minister will announce the changes today.
And the Sunday Telegraph is running the headline "Vaccine Victory," claiming the proposed changes are a historic reshaping of public health policy.
The Sunday Herald Sun is also running the same no jab, no pay story, explaining the proposed changes that a family with 2 young children who don't vaccinate could lose up to $30,000 in childcare and welfare payments.
And the Sunday Tasmanian has put it on our tab, reporting that the Hobart City Council are running up large expenses with little scrutiny, leaving ratepayers to foot the bill.
And for something different, the headlines in the top end never fail to disappoint. The Sunday Territorian featuring a fantastic photo of a crocodile eating a goanna. Always, there's got to be a croc always sells, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'd love to know how many of the front pages of the Territorian would have a croc on the front per year.